Stream health says I'm live and have been live for 8 seconds. Alright. So this is ready. Okay, we're still in the yellow. Let's see what's going on here. It looks like we should be good. Okay. I'm gonna go in and start the video. I'm gonna put that there. What is up on the U-Box, guys? This is TopHat Productions 115 coming at you with yet another live stream. Possibly the first one in around a month now. I'm reading off of a script again. This video is primarily focused on my Discord moderators and close friends. This video will not be posted to normal channels, if you know what I mean. I currently have it unlisted for a reason, and just to prove that, yeah, right here, privacy unlisted. But it'll be on the front page of my channel, though, for any of you who are interested in the information in this video. So with that said, once this stream is done, it won't be on the front page. If you want to see this information, you have to catch it while it's live, and once it goes unlisted, I will be sending this video out to my moderators and closest friends, especially those who know me on Discord and maybe even on LTT Forum and other locations that I frequent. We are going to be going over the following topics. First, I'm going to I don't even have to talk about the first one because I already went over it in the last update, but we're going to talk about what happened between mid-January and now. We're going to talk about what I plan to do moving forward and what to expect out of this channel moving forward in the future. I'm going to talk about the current state of the so-called TXP-Network and its services, in addition to content distribution mirrors and mod packs and other content on this entire amalgamation. And then last but not least, I'll be going over some details for Project Datacenter Evolution and all of that. With that little summary out of the way, I'm going to start with the first piece of this entire stream, which is going to be a disclaimer. For those of you watching, by continuing any further past this part of the video, you are agreeing to the following terms. In order to watch these videos, if you are below the age of 13, you cannot watch these without permission from your parent or legal guardian. Your parents or legal guardians, or whoever's watching over you, need to know that you're watching this. This is to make sure that your parents and or legal guardians are okay with you watching this, and so that if they think any content that is on this channel or in this video is not good for you, then they can say, don't watch this content. I'm doing this because of the fact that I don't want to tick off anyone's parents, and if you're at the age of 13, you still need parental permission as well. If you're 16 and above, you can watch without parental permission, but I still highly suggest that you make sure that whoever's watching over you knows, and if you're 18, hey, you're free to watch. I'm only doing this so that I am complying with COPPA and all the rest of that stuff. I also am going to go in and say this right now. This channel is not really meant for kids. It is meant primarily for young adults and older teenagers who already know a thing or two about life and are of a somewhat more mature audience. So if you're not in high school, then there's a good chance that some of the content that I put out on the channel will probably not be aimed at you. I'm just saying that now because of the fact that I want to make sure that the video content that I'm putting out does not cause any issues with any new legislation and stuff like that that's coming out. With that out of the way, if you continue past this point in the video, you have agreed to those terms. Otherwise, I cannot speak for your involvement or your watching of this video. I'm now going to proceed with the rest of the content. Assuming that you have followed those terms, I'm now going to discuss what happened between mid-January and now, because it has been a roller coaster of a ride for me. So where to begin? It is currently the beginning of February, but some of this stuff began like in late January. A while ago, I got in contact with an Army recruiter and was thinking of actually enlisting in the Army. That was just due to the fact that most of the job opportunities in my area had dried up for the time being, and no employers were getting back to me after I emailed them multiple times. I'm not going to name names because that's not really the point of this segment. The point of this segment is to let you know what's happening. So I went on, took the ASVAB. I passed it. I'm not going to mention any scores, but I passed the ASVAB. And for any of you who are interested in what that test is, I'm going to pull it up right now. Here is a link, military.com/join/armed-forces/ and then ASVAB is spelled ASVAB. Military entrance exam, for those of you who are interested. But long story short, I passed it and was supposed to actually go for my physical this week, MEPS and all of that, because they also do a physical examination, blood test and all that stuff to make sure that you're eligible to join the military, because I have to make sure that you're joining the military in a fit and proper manner. In other words, no drugs and stuff like that, to make sure you're capable of performing your task as required. Understandable stuff. However, I was actually joining the military specifically for the express purpose of getting an IT position so that I could actually become more marketable when I leave the military, because getting training from the military would make things a lot easier for me than having to, I guess, how should I say this? I already have an IT degree, as you guys already know. I graduated with an associate's in information systems management, but I wanted to expand that knowledge and experience by actually going into the military. A lot of jobs nowadays require experience in the field, and the military is one of those ways where you can actually get training and experience. They have block tests and stuff like that you can do once you get past the 10 weeks of basic training. And I was hoping to possibly get past the 10-week basic training courses, and then from there start actually going into block testing and IT training, learning about networking and stuff like that for technology and information systems management, in order to try to spruce up my resume and become more marketable, and possibly even work in maybe the Air Force or Army for a few years. However, that entire plan ran into a hitch when pretty much all of the IT jobs, for whatever reason right now, there weren't any IT jobs available to me. So either I didn't do well enough on the ASVAB, or those jobs just weren't in demand at that time. But either way, I was originally scheduled to be shipped out for basic training out at the beginning of March, and then I was going to be gone for like most of the year until either August or November. But that entire thing changed because I have not been able to find any new jobs in IT. The one that I saw had already been taken, and there were pretty much no other real IT jobs there. So as a result, that push for the military is no longer a thing. Now, the reason why I haven't said anything about it until now is because of the fact that I wanted to wait until it was actually confirmed. What happens is, when you apply for like a position or training or things like that in the military, some of them actually require that you do like a reservation of sorts, and it's, I guess, temporarily reserved for a certain amount of time, and you have to pretty much like, well, not exactly wait and see, but it's not confirmed until sometime afterward. And in my case, it didn't go through, and as a result, it wouldn't have been good for me to put out a video saying, hey, I got this job, and then all of a sudden, oh, I don't have that job. So I waited until now to make sure that I had pertinent information, and I do not have that job opportunity. I'm currently looking into other internships and other civilian private sector jobs at this time, And well, that's the long and short of it. More job hunting and more trial and error. Still going for the Network Plus certification. I have also, yeah, I was also looking into VMware certifications recently and saw that they were screwing around, as in VMware. VMware was kind of screwing around with the way that their certification renewal policies work and all of that. So I have decided to kind of leave those behind for now. I won't be touching anything VMware in terms of certifications probably anytime soon. I was hoping to get a VMware certification, but the changes that they've made don't appear to be too friendly to people who have been around for a while and already have VMware certifications. And I'm thinking longevity-wise here of what happens once I get my first one or first few certifications and then have to renew them later down the line. And I just don't think that a VMware certification really fit my, I'm not sure if it would fit my needs or requirements at this time in terms of what I need to be competitive. But I'll continue looking into it. But that's the long and short of it. Still looking for a job, still building up my resume more. And hopefully I'll have a job by mid-March. But I'm not going to go into any specifics on where I've applied beyond that. I'm now going to talk about what I plan to do moving forward. Due to the fact that I have some free time, but not much, I will try to do maybe a video once every week or maybe once every 2 weeks, depending on how busy I am, seeing that I still am in the system and still can apply for other positions in the military and also in the civilian private sector. And I'll just keep you guys updated on what I have picked up on as I go along. I do have more time for, I guess, gaming a little bit more, but not much. So I will see if I can put out maybe a gaming video every so often, every now and then. But I can't really guarantee anything because I will also be trying to get out to more hiring events and more technology-centered, technology-oriented career events and stuff like that. I think I covered that point. Okay, so now I'm going to go on and start talking about what to expect from... Actually, I think I already talked about that. But I can go into more detail. The same schedule that I showed you guys before is still a thing. The list of games I showed you from Discord, that is still going to be the planned schedule for now. It just simply got delayed due to the happenings of this month and last month. I pumped out like almost 10 to 15 job applications per month, and I'm also trying to correspond with different potential employers and stuff like that. That's been going on since mid-2019, and a lot of them either have silently rejected me or just don't correspond after a while, no matter how many emails I throw their way. So time is spent on that type of stuff, like me just trying to get back to employers. But now that you know that, the current state of the TXP Network and its services, as a brand, the TXP Network is still going to remain in existence. However, most of its services, as you guys may or may not have known, like TXP Cloud and the rest of that, all of that is down. The only remnants of that stuff is going to be hosted on the private server that is being built up as part of Project Personal Datacentre, which is a subsidiary of Project Datacentre Evolution. I will talk about that in a few seconds. But first, I'm going to talk about content distribution mirrors and modpacks. Firstly, we officially have a mirror for all of our channel content on Library, the app. I think I've shown this to you before. And I intend to have another content mirror up within the next 6 months, but I can't promise anything simply due to the fact that I would actually have to find a website that can either do all of the download and re-uploading for me, or I'd have to do that all myself, and that takes a lot of time. So for now, you currently have library, or should I call it just library? Yeah, we have library as a alternate mirror for our stuff in case YouTube or anything happens. I'm not really going to go into detail about that because I talked about what I thought of it in the last video for January. Pertaining to the mod packs, development on those has stopped for over a month, and that's just due to the job hunt and other important tasks that I have to complete because, well, life duty calls. And I intend to make new versions of both mod packs, but it's going to take a while. I will be busy and will be trying to get out the house, possibly to try to talk to, as I said before, potential employers, possibly in person. Maybe do some in-person interviews if given the opportunity. But those are still on the table. Those have not been canceled. Now I'm going to talk about Project Data Center Evolution and Project Personal Data Center. Yeah, okay. Most of the focus of this is going to be on Project Personal Data Center, so I'm just going to leave it on that. As you can see, I've acquired most of the hardware on this list. However, there are just a few things I still have to get. Firstly, I still have to get this cable right here. A few months ago, I accidentally got a mini SAS SFF8087 to SATA 4 breakout cable, which is completely different from the 8088 that I need. So I accidentally got the wrong cable, which has set me back like maybe $10 to $15. So I have to wait to get that. And then from there, I have one or two other items to get. I have to get the actual server itself, Proliant DL580G7, and then maybe one more add-in card for it, depending on what it comes with and whether or not it has all of its components. Once I have that server, I will then be able to move forward with everything else on this list. And as you can see, it's a very, very, very long list. So if you want to pause the video to see what's planned here, feel free to. I'm just going to scroll slowly. And if you guys have any questions whatsoever pertaining to what's in this list or this plan and why I'm doing it this way, feel free to ask me in the comments and live chat, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. If you want more comprehensive answers, feel free to join the Discord so I can actually message you guys more directly. I will see if I can put a link to this in the description if it isn't already there. And as you can see, there's over 200 comments here for this entire thing. So this thing's been in discussion for over a year, and I've been planning it out, tweaking it, and pretty much adjusting it to whatever it needs to be, whatever it needs to handle over the course of over 12 months. A lot of things have happened since it first started. The entire configuration, that entire list up there, has gone through many changes and iterations. And if you want a video just on how the project has changed over time, I can do that as well, but I don't really think that most of you would be interested. So with that said, I am gonna go on. Yeah, I think I've covered everything that I intended to cover in this video. Hopefully it's shorter than most videos I do. TopHat signing out. If you're new here, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. If you didn't like the video, feel free to leave a dislike. That button works as well. And if you are not new here, then feel free to stick around and talk in the chat as well. I will see if I can facilitate comments. If anyone is here. Yeah, no one is here. So I'm going to go and end the video here. If you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, leave a comment. This is TopHat Productions 115 signing out.